Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a YouTube video on my recommendations and my success with dealing with my motion sickness. So historically I've had motion sickness anytime I went out on a boat, deep sea fishing, sometimes on a cruise ship, not too bad on a cruise ship, but really specifically it's deep sea fishing. I've been on several where I've gone on one of those, long 3, 4, 5, 6 hour charters going out, 20 miles out. And one case in particular, I was in the Bahamas and we were out, out there, and it was supposed to be an all-day affair. I got violently sick. I think after the 6th time of throwing up, I was dry heaving, cramping. I told all my friends that were on the charter with me, hey, I will pay for everyone's fishing trip if we can just go back to the island, back on shore. I was that miserable. And so when we got back, obviously they all agreed. They knew I was having a hard time. So when we got back, we were in the Bahamas. One of the captains asked me, hey man, do you get sick a lot? I said, man, I do. And I've tried, let me just say this. I've tried, for the record, I've tried Bonine. I've tried Zofran, which is a medicine that's prescribed by a doctor. I think they give it to, people who are pregnant, people who have cancer, and they get nausea. They get prescribed this. Doesn't work at all. Dramamine doesn't work. Extra strength doesn't work. I've tried C-bands. The only thing I have not tried is the patch, but I don't see how it would work, especially since I've tried everything else and it literally does nothing for me. So anyways, tried all that. And when we got off the boat in the Bahamas, the boat captain said, do you get sick a lot? I said, I've tried everything. Yeah, I get sick. And I will say, when we were out there in the Bahamas, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the boat was kind of doing this a little bit, not too bad. We were trolling, and I just got real sick. I don't know if it's in my mind, if it's in my head or not. I think partially so, but I think it really is. I have an inner ear issue, and I just get really, really sick. Again, going back to the boat captain, he said, can I suggest something for you? I said, yes, sir. He says, all the fishermen here in the Bahamas, they take what's called Gravol. It's something that comes from England. They take it and it works like a dream. I'm like, okay. I said, yeah, might as well try. What else am I going to do? So he goes, it comes from England. And I was thinking, okay, that's going to be a problem. So, but lo and behold, I went on Amazon and they actually had it. So I went ahead and I'm going to do a reverse camera on this. It's called Gravol. Let's see. All right. It's called Gravol. It is the extra strength, which lasts, it's a 24-hour medication, 100 milligrams, Gravol. Actually, it's a 12-hour, not 24-hour. So here's the secret ingredient. So I went out on a fishing, not a charter, but just kind of like an excursion with my father-in-law. He owns a boat, and we went out a couple miles and went snapper fishing. So I took one of those at night, and then I took one in the morning about an hour and a half before we left. That's the key. It has a slow release. I guess, I don't know what it's called. It's called I'm not going to even profess to even try to pronounce that, but It is it's a slow release medication that really helps. Anyways, went snapper fishing. I did that. The boat was pretty wavy. I was thinking, oh man, here we go. I didn't get sick at all. I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We got off the boat, not a problem. As a matter of fact, when I got on land, I felt like we were eating at a restaurant. I felt like the restaurant was moving. I had asked my father-in-law, hey, is the restaurant moving? Are we on pylons? He started laughing. He goes, no, that's just your equilibrium kind of settling out. Not an issue. Okay. I was thinking maybe it's a fluke, didn't think nothing of it. I was like, so I needed a chance to prove it again. So we just got back from Hawaii, and we were in Oahu and decided to go deep sea fishing. And actually, I take that back. It was Kauai. We went deep sea fishing. Maui, we went fishing with sharks. Actually swimming with sharks. So we were in Kauai, did an excursion for a 4-hour deep sea fishing trip. And I knew right off the bat, Hawaii is going to have some rough waters since it's the Pacific. Well, sorry about that. My yard man's out there using the blower, and he's right there by the door and is making some noise. Okay, and he's gone. Anyways, so same thing. I went ahead and took the medication the night before, and I took it in the morning. We got on that boat. We took off, and we went out there, and right off the bat, it was like this. I mean, it was double what I was expecting and what I'm used to. And I was chewing on some spearmint gum and just sipping on some water. I did eat a meal before we went, a light meal before we left, just to soak my stomach. I thought about doing it on an empty stomach, and my wife kind of said, yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Took her advice, great advice. Sipping on water, and I was not sick. So I'm here to tell you, I know a lot of people who struggle with seasickness. That's the answer for anyone. It's called Gravol, Gravol. You can get it on Amazon. It's about $21.50. It gives you 24 caplets, and it's a 12-hour dual relief, double. It's like double medication, a slow release, and then the normal. So if you're having issues, it will change your life, because I've always wanted to go deep sea fishing with my wife. She doesn't have any issues. My children, no issues. We went to the Keys. We were at Key Largo. They went deep sea fishing. I stayed behind because I was like, I'm not going to get sick. It's just not worth it to me. So if you're struggling from seasickness like I used to, then that's going to be your best medicine, Gravol. And take it like I did, and go out there, enjoy the ocean, enjoy the waves, enjoy the fun, and don't worry about getting sick. Maybe take some mint gum with you and just sip on water every once in a while. I think that's going to do the trick. So leave some comments if you've been struggling, and if you're going to try it, and if you have tried it. Tell me about your successes. I'd be glad to hear it and love to hear it. And good luck out there on the water.